So I asked for a few times of people to call in with their own favorite moments or their own favorite stories. So we did get a few come in here. So I'll play them and we'll see what they say. Can you guys see my screen? Actually, I need to share the
Have you
audio.
pre-listened to these?
I have. I
Oh,
because I wanted to get the clips ready for when I'm editing them. So I
gotcha.
have actually gone ahead and listened to them. Share sound. Okay. So we'll start down here. The email address might give away who this is. So we'll play this one and we'll see if we recall who it was.
It's
Once it
coming.
loads.
It's loading. Loading.
Let me refresh here.
Yeah, refresh it.
Oh my god, remember that idiot you had on that dropped the block gecko slab to the pool? That was so funny. We should have that guy on again.
Sort of like vacuum lifters in pools.
Yeah, I'm kind of gun shy of those at the moment right now too. But
How did it happen? Like what describe like what happened? Was it the lifter? Was it the cord? Was it
No, it was just it was a tool pave lifter. And
was it the DeWalt battery?
What's that?
Was it the DeWalt battery?
No, it's to do dry cast, you have to put it.
Okay,
change out. Yeah, you don't use the battery for that part. You put an air venturi on it,
okay,
and then hook it up to a compressor.
Yeah.
And so we were swinging them around, and we couldn't reach where we were laying them. So we would swing them over, drop it, and then two people would pick it up and put it in place. So I mean, the pad that we had on it, it does lift it, but we found out that like every fifth or sixth one, it like didn't get a good seal on. So I'm guessing it was that specific mold, that one specific mold on that paver that it didn't like. So we eventually put the bigger pad on there to swing them over, and then they picked them up with the smaller one and put it in place. So yeah.
Did it hit the bottom before you got it to it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I didn't jump in that quick. Yeah, I had to like strip down to my Speedo, and all that stuff before I could jump in the pool. So
what kind of pool was it? That was an active debate.
It was a gunite pool. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they're really it didn't like scrape down the side or just landed on the bottom, and I just dove in and grabbed it and worked it up to the shallow end and
we saw you.
We saw that.
Working it up to the shallow end. That was so how viral did that video go? Did it really go viral?
It didn't. No.
Wow. Really?
Yeah. I know, right? That's probably like the most. That's gotta be the most disappointing part of the whole thing. Is like it didn't even go viral.
Why were you were you recording it for the social media, or you just?
I actually had like not recorded anything all week. I had it was a wicked shitty week and like all kinds of drama here, and so like I was just like, well, I should probably get some content this week, because you're supposed to do that every day anyways. So I had actually just started recording right around that time frame, and that's of course when it happened. So, yep, it was. Some people asked me if it was staged. I assure you, it was not staged.
No.
Not staged.
Yeah, go ahead, PK.
No, I'm just saying I was surprised I thought it was a viral video for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
It feels like it should be, right? But
oh yeah, 100%.
You never know. Well, maybe I'll go cut some sod tomorrow with a quick cut and
Now, when this happens, do you tell the homeowner that you dropped a paver in their pool?
Or I didn't.
No,
I didn't tell them. No.
Yeah,
that's a good question.
I don't know. I mean, there was no damage, so like no harm, no foul, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't hiding it from him, but I didn't.
The good thing about a Blue Grande is it would float to down because it's got a lot of.
Yeah.
I think
a big wingspan.
Like you had the ability to like zoom in on the video, like I could hear on my own phone. It did kind of like it was almost like a feather like falling out of the sky. It wasn't just like this straight.
That's how I describe it. If the client asks if I dropped a paver in their pool. Yeah, but it was like a feather hitting the bottom.
Yeah, right. It just gently landed on the bottom.
It was fine. Yeah.
Yeah, everything was fine. I'm just glad it didn't land on that brand new concrete coping.
Right.
That would have been way worse.
You did mention that would be pretty bad, eh?
Yeah, they
just exposed aggregate.
Yeah, they redid the coping in I don't know, maybe June or July, and it was like we were supposed to do this rebuild last year, and they couldn't get the pool company in to do the coping, so this sort of project just dragged on the books for a while. So,
if this happened in November, what would you have done?
Oh man, that would have been bad.
Ooh,
I had to. I got in a pool in November, probably circa 2017, 18, something like that. I had to get in the pool in a wetsuit in order to like seal up the light.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that's Mark from Green Monster Landscapes.
He was hilarious.
Who I introduced as the guy who dropped the slab into the pool before I even introduced him as his company name or anything. Guys, we have a caller coming in, so I'm gonna kind of veer off the conversation here and let in our caller here.
Coming in. No one told me about a caller. I'm out of here. I did not agree to a caller.
We've got a caller joining us here, and you guys may recognize him. He's posted a story in response to one of our episodes in the past. We've got Mark from Green Monster Landscapes here. Mark is the gentleman that had the slab drop into the swimming pool.
I've done other things too, you know.
Of course, yes. But just
it doesn't always have to be about the Blue Grande slab that fell in the swimming pool. But I guess if that's my claim to fame, we'll just have to run with it.
It's way better than my claim to fame. So you can take that. That's a win. But, that was a great episode. He's right. Yeah. I love that. That was a good episode. That was a good time.
Yeah, that was a fun time. We've got another one here. This is from Freedom Andy, which we've already mentioned his episode. We'll see what he says here.
What's up, guys? It's Andy here, and it's a beautiful Friday in Freedom. And I wanted to thank you for what you guys have done this year for the industry. It's just, I feel more free listening to you guys. Some of my favorite moments were taking massive action. I think that was this year, taking massive action, and when you introduced your intro music, your new intro music, and I enjoyed the episode and talking about your Impression Summit. I think that I hope that the Impression Summit happens in 2024, and I look forward to promoting it and making sure that people pay more for my coupon code. So keep up the good work. We all need it. Thank you.
And that's Freedom Andy.
That was nice. Thank you, Andy.
Thanks, Freedom Andy.
It's all about freedom.
We did say that his coupon code would add money to the Impression Summit.
You know, if you're gonna offer coupon codes for the what do you guys call it? The Impression Summit, or what is it?
The Impression Summit. That's a better name than we came up with.
I don't even remember. What was it?
It was Hardscape Ignorance course.
Hardscape Ignorance.
I looked up the opposite of mastery, and it said it was ignorance.
Yes, I remember.
So it's the Hardscape Ignorance.
Well, if you guys ever decide to offer coupon codes, I'd be happy to promote it, and we could all level up and really get on the same page.
Our coupon codes actually add money to the bill, so
I think that's only fitting, really.
Yeah, that's about the way we roll here, brother.
You know, life's all about choices, so
it is. Andy's coupon code makes it. Okay.
All right, we've got Drew Brown here.
Hey, this is Drew Brown with A&B Contracting out of Berea, Ohio. I don't really have a particular favorite moment because I just started listening to you guys after HNA down in Louisville, Kentucky. But I love that you guys keep it real. You're no bullshit. You're just a bunch of dudes having a conversation about running business. And everything that comes with it, and I really can't get enough. Really excited to see what 2024 has in store. Big fan of Not Our Finest Hour as well as How to Hardscape. So you guys keep it up. Love listening, and I look forward to what comes next.
Awesome. Thanks, Drew.
Yeah,
Thanks, Drew. That was great. I appreciate it.
super nice.
And we don't know what will come next.
We never know.
Today we
You
launched
never
in
know.
that construction fraud. Never know.
We had compaction testing on a job that I won't name, and this was only after all of the pavers were down, and it was required by the landscape architect after not showing up for fucking months upon months as the project was ongoing. And so we had to lift up pavers, peel the sand away, and then he would put his little lunch pail machine down and take a reading, right? And most of the spots passed, but I think 3 or 4 of them were at like 93% instead of a 97 to pass or whatever. And we just asked the guy, like, can you work with us here? Like, we're not redoing this fucking 5,000 square foot paver pad. You know, he's like, well, I'll see what I can do. I'll just count the other readings as this reading. And you give the guy $100 or whatever, and you're golden, right? Like, this is like not law.
Construction
Like, these guys don't
fraud
give a
101.
They're showing up, like you say, in their Toyota Corolla with your safety shoes on and their vest that's brand new, straight out of the package,
And a white hard hat.
white hard hat, those skinny sweatpant things. They're not even like work pants. Yeah. Those
tight
right?
at the ankles. You got to get the ankles tight.
Tight at the ankles, string bean guy.
Got to have
like-
tight ankles.
Oh yeah.
Guy might maybe just saying he might enjoy the sport of cricket might be the people. I think people who enjoy the sport of cricket have a lockdown on being compaction testers.
Everybody's got to make a living.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying that a lot of people who enjoy cricket
Like-
also enjoy compaction testing in my world.
Mhm.
Construction fraud with Chad.
That's Chad's Caleb's
I
corner.
didn't give him the
Caleb's,
money.
Caleb's corner. It's like Caleb's corner on how to make a joke. Next week, Caleb's corner will be about laundering money. The week after that, we're going to talk about invoicing for extras you never completed.
Oh man.
How to set the laser to make it look like you actually dug out 6 inches of base when you only dug out 3.
And our final voicemail for this end of year here.
Favorite moment, definitely when Mike was talking about his neighbor issues, because I relate to that really heavy.
Did we talk about the being a good neighbor thing on here? Have we ever talked about that?
Was that the feud that you got in with your neighbor?
No, this is a totally different thing.
Okay.
Did we ever talk about being a good neighbor?
I don't think so.
So there's near our yard, there's a guy who wanted some fill, and the guy that owns the yard went down and said, "Oh, you should be a good neighbor and call Mike because he's in the business of hauling good clean fill from residential property, so you should be a good neighbor." And the guy's like, he's a bit weird, and so I started just saying to him, "Remember, you need to be a good neighbor." Because whenever he acted, like he was acting weird one day, and so I was shaking his hand, and I pulled him a bit closer. I grabbed a bit too tight, and I pulled a bit closer, and I said, "Remember to always be a good neighbor." And there's this whole thing, me texting him back and forth about invoicing, and me saying, like, "Can you please be a good neighbor and send this invoice?" The community is becoming concerned that you might be a bad neighbor because you're not sending the it's this whole thing about being a good or bad neighbor. Anyway,
That's good.
remember to be a good neighbor. So now, whenever there's a problem, I just say, "Can you be a good neighbor?" Yeah, the whole thing with the guy next door, it didn't really. Well, I uninvolved myself from it because I felt like I get arrested. So I decided that it wasn't worth it, and I completely have uninvolved myself with it. And he nodded at me the other day, and I nodded back because he was following. Well, he was following my rules. Like I laid out in my last conversation with him, I laid out clear rules. I don't want to be your friend. I don't like you. I don't want to know your fucking name. Never talk to me again. Just look at me. I'll look at you, and we'll pass. And so he did. Now he did add the nod, but I acknowledge that maybe that's worth it with a neighbor to add a nod.
You're being a good neighbor.
You're being a good neighbor.
Good neighbor.
Exactly. It's all about being a good neighbor. So, but he, because he called the fake bylaw on us or whatever happened with the fucking fake bylaw Gmail account, we reinvestigated the building permit that he didn't get. So then they came back. And then
the fake bylaw.
No, it's the building, the real building people came. And because the guy is doing a large renovation without a building permit. And then he came back. He came and talked to Kelly, had a meeting where Kelly said he seemed pretty nervous about the whole thing, about building some fence. He wants to build this fence down the driveways. To which I was like, I can't stop you from doing that. Just do whatever you want, dude. That was the gist of my conversation with him. The one time I spoke to him was, I can't really fucking stop you from doing this. So just do whatever you want. Just fucking do it. Be a good neighbor, stupid motherfucker. Anyways, it seems to have settled down.
That's good.
Our driveway's supposed to get paved tomorrow, and then we're gonna put in some more black gravel. And the 1 inch black granite seems to be the what do they call it? The ignition point of the whole thing. He really hates 1 inch black gravel.
Really?
I don't know. I like it.
Why?
He does not like it.
Is there another color that he would prefer?
No idea. I didn't ask. Didn't care. Maybe if I had have asked, we wouldn't be in this current situation. Maybe if I had brought it up with them, we wouldn't be in this current situation. And my neighborhood, in my brawl with my neighbor, they built a fence today.
Nice.
Oh wow!
And they called bylaw on me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, and the bylaw came and gave her. This is what's really, I think, why this whole bylaw thing might be he paid someone to pretend they were bylaw. So they had a printed sheet of paper, and they circled it, and then they circled one section of it that said something about changing the grade, which even as a veteran of reading really stupid shit on drawings, I don't actually understand what they're talking about something to do with the grade, and then they said to Nate, if you have any questions, you have to email us the questions. And Nate said, okay, but we don't have any cards to give you as an email. He said, all right, well, just give me your email. And the email was cityofoshawa@gmail.com. It's like, the city of Oshawa is busting out Gmails?
That's awesome.
You don't think that the city of Oshawa has real mail?
That's great.
This is what you do in Oshawa? You email a Gmail? This is the fucking city. You can't get bylaw at oshawa.com. How hard, Mike, you're a computer dude. How hard is that to do?
It's not hard at all, especially since they probably have their own city domain name, right? Oshawa.ca or something like that.
Yeah.
City of Oshawa.ca.
How long would it take you to make the city of Oshawa emails that were actually
seconds?
Second.
Well, they can't, here in Oshawa, they can't figure that out. I guess all the counselors have counselor at gmail.com. It's just, it made me think that this dude next door was setting us up.
That sounds like a setup.
I am a conspiracy theorist, but I deeply feel that I'm getting set up here and that there's actually nothing wrong with my house or the grade. But so this guy put up a fence. It's not even 5 feet tall in between the houses. So what is it separate? You know what the other thing that happened to this person was? Our house is the last house on the straight part of the road, and then the road starts to go to the court. So their house is subtly skewed, which I know from looking at it because I've looked at a fuck ton of property lines in my life. But the fat and stupid person that owns the house next door doesn't realize that. And so when they pulled the string and he discovered that his walkway was virtually on my property and he almost didn't have room to put his fence post up, he stood in the driveway swearing and saying that can't be true.
It sounds like the guy who said the bridge was too low.
It can't be true. This bridge is too low. This property line's not working for me.
Oh man.
So now you're gonna stick your bylaw on them. Oshawa at yahoo.com.
You should do that.
Yahoo. No, City of Oshawa at Hotmail.com.
Yeah. You should
City
give him
of
a
Oshawa
business.
6969.
You should give them
Oshawa 6969 at Hotmail.
give him a business card made with a crayon with that email on it.
Do you guys think that this neighbor might be, because this guy is bitter and angry? He's a bitter, angry man. And do you think he would actually try to be running a game? I don't think the city of Oshawa uses Gmails.
I don't think so. We can look that up really quick, actually.
I don't feel like there's any fucking way. I've dealt with lots of city people in many cities. I can't remember dealing with someone directly in Oshawa, but I am confident that I have never dealt with a city person that gave the name of the city and a Gmail. Because anytime they want to make another email, you're right, they'd have to add some numbers to it, Chad.
So they have oshawa.ca. So service at oshawa.ca. So it makes sense that each of their employees or whoever works for them also has the at oshawa.ca.
So this guy is legit trying to game us.
Yeah, I'm going to try to find somebody.
Also, the person that showed up was in a white minivan. I have never seen any City of Oshawa staff member in a white minivan.
Where do you hire actors to play?
First of all, no bylaw person would deal with my 16-year-old son. Like a real bylaw officer knocking on the door, if my 16-year-old son answered, he or she would say, is the owner of the house home? Because my 16-year-old son does not look like someone who owns the house at all. Nor would he pretend to be. So right away, you have to wonder why the officer.
I just found it.
What?
Most City of Oshawa email address have the same format. First initial, last name at oshawa.ca. For example, jdoe at oshawa.ca.
So this Gmail this guy is legit running a fucking game. Who runs a game over building a fence?
Oh man.
A short fence, not even 5 feet high.
That I said, I don't care if you build it, I'm just not paying you for it because I don't want it. And it's not my requirement to pay for it.
Everybody should email that email address from who's listening to this right now and just flood that email box because they probably have it and they're looking at it.
City of Oshawa at gmail.com.
That's so good.
How desperate are you as my next door neighbor to fuck with me?
Yeah, that's something else.
I don't know. That's crazy.
And to think that would work a Gmail account.
And
that's awesome.
I have also never encountered a bylaw officer in my life. You know, perhaps putting bins on the road or dirt or soil, perhaps. I've never encountered a bylaw officer that didn't have a business card.
And And then another favorite moment is when Chad or Mike is talking about employee problems and struggles, or just stories. You never know who's going to show up one day or what's going to happen. Or, for instance, bailing someone out of jail. We've been there, done that.
Is that the end, Mike?
That's it. That is the last one there.
That was good, Peyton. Thank you.
Thanks, Peyton.
And you can never not bail enough employees out of jail. Yeah, I think that's a good standard for the.
We might have one more. Just give me a second here. This will be.
It's your show, Mike.
Maybe even edit it out while I find this. Okay, well, this might be different because this one came through Instagram, so I have to play it.
I don't know how to do it, Mike.
I'm trying to figure out this here.
You didn't manage to get your sign to hold up the whole episode this week.
No, I did not. That's on the to-do list of things to fix there. All right. Can you guys see my screen again here?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. This is from Instagram.
Sweet.
I love every part of this podcast. The blue collar community is awesome. But my favorite's got to be shaming Brendan Heitman. I wonder how that helicopter pad's working out for him.
You're like, I don't want some fat landscaper here. I want a lean, mean landscaper that works with his shirt off.
And all women like that. Yeah, that's true.
I want someone who's going to take my $60,000 deposit and never come back.
Somebody shows up in a nice car, perhaps.
Do you guys think that the fall of the height? Now, I want everyone to realize we do support the Heitman Academy.
And everything we say is alleged.
It's alleged.
Yeah.
All unproven accusation.
Yeah.
Do you think that the fall of the Heitman Academy may be the first in the domino of universities and academies that might come tumbling down?
Absolutely. I wouldn't be surprised if you see more of it in the next 6 to 8 months. I don't know if they can make it through the winter.
The winter will be tough for them.
That's my premonition. With no
deposits. At the university they teach snow plowing and how to make millions of dollars from that.
But you're not getting deposits for big jobs, snow plowing, right? So I feel like if the big jobs aren't there for next year and you can't call in those deposits, that's gonna be tough for some guys.
Well, I think that probably when you're taking the money from a deposit to finish the job you're on, and then there's no next job, that's when you end up fucked.
Yeah, the pyramid scheme.
Must be tough for those university members to know that they were just funding construction.
No, academy members.
Academy members.
This was an academy.
We're just propping up somebody's construction business.
Yeah. I haven't seen a million academy members run out to talk about what an amazing person.
I'm sure they wouldn't want people to know that they were a part of the academy, maybe.
Not if you believed in it.
Well, yeah, if you believed in it.
We need an Epstein-style list of everybody who subscribed to that academy.
So who was that, Mike?
Who was that? Let me see. I gotta pull it back up.
I forgot about the Heitman episode.
This is a video of how do I describe it?
Well, I think we would describe it as we've obviously been a large supporter of the landscape guru sector of Instagram, and this is just a small video about the success of one of these gurus.
Success
that was on the news.
Yes. Yeah. So everything here is alleged, like nothing has gone to court or anything like that. And just to remind anybody that may be listening in the future to this is a comedy first podcast, I guess we could say. What's that? A spoof or whatever. So don't take any of this. There's no legalities behind this.
And I would also say that this is from Fox 2 News.
Yes.
In Detroit. We did not make this video we're just watching the Fox 2 News report on one of the very well-known 10X Academy pool building guys, people, and we're just going to react to the video, and it's how Fox News in Detroit views him, and this is not it's not necessarily how we view him. It's definitely got everything to do with Fox News. So.
You're much better at covering our ass than I am with your wording, PK. It's like you've done this before.
Maybe a couple times. I have every time we use a dump site for Phil, I always pay for it, right? Because once there's been an exchange of money at the dump site, if someone ever calls me up, I'd be like, listen, I paid that person. That's their problem. So I have exacting records in my cell phone of every dump site we've ever used, every load of fill we've ever dumped. And people always pick on me. And I'm like, well, I'm just covering my ass like I am by mentioning that this video about this person came from Fox News Detroit to fox2detroit.com. So.
And fair use of this video does dictate that we do need to pause it every once in a while and talk about it, so that we make it transformative, so that we make it our own.
The Academy,
flying I'll go back to the beginning on this.
Okay.
Cast and
can't wait to see who it's about.
Yeah.
Of success.
All right, here we go.
This guy is supposed to build pools in people's backyards, and the stuff he posts on his website, blogs, podcasts, and social media pages makes it look like he's floating on an ocean of success. Hey there, Brandon. Rob Walchuk for Fox 2. Can I talk to you? Meet Brandon Heitman.
So that's who it's about.
Oh. Never heard of him.
I don't know who
he is. In case you didn't know. Well, we'll learn more about him.
He's driving a Denali.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon Heitman here. We can get you a new swim.
Millionaire contractor and pool builder who's taken the plunge and made a fortune. What a success story. From mowing lawns for $20 to $1 million projects.
Oh, let's go. Let's roll. Love checks. Love checks. Got a lot of money coming in and a lot of money going out.
This 30-year-old entrepreneur is so successful, he's a mentor to other contractors around the nation.
Yeah, interesting, right?
Well, I think that, him being a mentor to other contractors around the nation is certainly a interesting. And right away, in this video, I personally feel like there's a bit of questionability here because I know that the listeners can't see the video. But this guy bought a fucking Volvo triaxle. So right there, should fucking get rid of this fucking loon. Fucking taking his picture in front of a Volvo. Look at me with my fucking Volvo shitbox.
He's not a truck consultant.
Oh, fucking motherfucker. Fuck this guy.
Maybe he needs a truck consultant.
He needs a goddamn truck consultant. So.
Attracting sales. I'm just reading what the board behind him says. Attracting sales.
Good leads, confidence, referrals, relationships, social sales. It says obscure TV, product marketing, close. Okay. Observe TV or something? I don't know.
Closure TV. Observe TV.
Obscure, I think. It looks like obscure.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
Attracting sales.
But there's lots of videos on his cars and stuff, which look really nice.
Lambos?
And talking about money and everything. So they did a good deep dive on him to do this video.
Yeah, this is a pretty deep dive. 7 minutes of it left.
Let's go.
Yep, you can be like Brandon by joining the Heitman Academy, flying in private jets, visiting exotic places, building pools. Let's dive in and check out some of this guy's masterpieces. Like this still unfinished gun-eyed beauty, which was supposed to be completed more than a year ago. It's such a unique design, it won't even pass code. 75% 10-foot deep end and hardly any shallow end.
He doesn't know what he's doing.
Glass pool.
He 10x that
every day.
He did 10x that deep end. That's right. 10 feet, 10x. What about this fiberglass pool? Did you 10x it?
Because the owners say it's sagging in the middle and sinking.
Our pool is essentially garbage. It needs to be torn out and started from scratch.
Or how about this pool? Oh, that's right. There is no pool here, even though this couple paid Brandon $60,000.
Everything that he told us was a lie.
There's no pool here, even though we paid Brandon $60,000.
That guy looks like he just got out of the pool, though. That's funny.
I'm gonna be honest. This guy in this video, he doesn't look like someone you want to fucking rip off. He's got a little Christopher Moltisanti tune to him there. This guy in the video, like he doesn't seem like someone you want to fuck with. The slicked hair, the big gold chain.
The chain looks like it's pulled on a chair of patios.
I wonder where his backup chain is.
Brandon is a special businessman.
He even cried, like tears, like when he wanted me to give him more money.
Crybaby contractor.
He started crying.
I live in Huckster.
He's super arrogant.
Get ready for 2023. Now is the time to grind.
It's Sink or Swim with Brandon Heitman.
You need to be willing to get outside the comfort zone.
Going outside his comfort zone and maybe going straight into a jail cell.
They've done him pretty dirty in the clips that they've dug up already.
Yeah, this guy's not looking great in this video.
What lesson do you think he teaches you to cry in the academy?
Well, he's teaching you to always keep an onion in your palm. Juice up the tears to get the money. If you
get the money.
I think there's an argument that of the people they've interviewed, the people who gave him $60,000 to do nothing to their house are actually the winners in this.
Because of the work.
They're done. Their $60,000 is lost and done. Some of these people, like this one they're showing right now, the pool is garbage and they've got installed and it's garbage and they've probably got more than $60,000 invested, but they still need to pay to fix it.
Yeah.
So really, the people who gave him $60,000 and he did nothing, they have the best case scenario for dealing with this guy, in my mind.
So in actuality, he did them a favor by doing nothing.
Yeah. In the end. Yeah. And maybe that'll be his argument.
So he really is a good guy.
Maybe it'll be his argument in court. Hey, I fucked you the least. I didn't do anything at your fucking house. I don't know. Do you at all feel sorry for this guy?
The clients?
No, the guy.
I don't know. It's too hard to be a judge of character just from, like I said, Instagram videos.
We're only seeing, are we only seeing the one side or are we not?
Well, now we're seeing kind of both sides, and I'm sure there's another side.
Did we all not envision that this side was there, though?
Yes.
Regardless of whether we saw it or not, this is the most likely.
Do you feel sorry for this guy? That's what I might like.
I don't feel sorry for a lot of people who have done a lot less.
I don't feel sorry for him at all. Like, he created his own hell, and then instead of working his way out of it, he kept just stealing more, essentially stealing more money from people.
Yeah, double down on it.
Well, that's what this video's, I think, telling me, but I don't know for sure. Let's roll the tape.
This is Becca and Alex's pool. They paid Brandon Heitman's company Exogen of Shelby Township more than $100,000 to install it, but they say the fiberglass crooked. Dress and won't pass inspection.
The way someone explained it to me is they said take a Rubbermaid tote that you use downstairs for storage and turn it and twist it. Water.
My computer's too
Same
slow,
amount of
guys.
tension on every part of that Rubbermaid tote.
They say Brandon Heitman was too busy making videos promoting himself to help them. Soon they found out the guy who is teaching others successful contract wasn't even a licensed contractor himself. In fact, he didn't get his license until March of 2023.
I went and pulled the permits. That's when we discovered that they were unlicensed.
The permits were pulled by somebody named Henry Bell, a licensed contractor the couple say they've never met, who's never stepped foot work for Exigent. Alex put together this website to document how terrible their experience has been. But instead of Brandon coming out to help them fix their pool, he sued them for defamation.
Ooh, going on the offensive.
Do you think that when you go on the offensive, that's the last stage of guruism?
There's a course on that.
Well, there's going to be a course on debt restructuring at the Heitman Academy.
To date, I paid him $122,000.
Deanne says she's humiliated by how badly she was heisted by Heitman.
I asked him specifically if he had a license. He said yes.
There's plenty of holes in that story. Here's the main one in her backyard. Pipes are cemented in that are too small. The elevation is off.
Holy sh**.
And it's been like this for 2 whole summers. She told Brandon she's had
Jesus
enough.
fuck.
But Brandon,
2 years.
This
See,
is in fact a COVID pool.
she's way more fucked than the people who gave him 60 grand to do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a hard time selling that house.
enough money to bring it up to code.
I'm not the bank. We've paid you for this. And he started crying, saying he's really in a tough spot.
Brandon used the Crybaby Contractor Act on Joe and Angela as well.
He started crying.
They paid Boo Hoo and Brandon $60,000 for a pool that was supposed to be done this April. But the only thing they have to show is this ridiculous looking diagram of a pool built into the side of a hill next to their house. And get this, Brandon and the couple were actually friends. Here they are at one of Brandon's wedding parties. Joe asked his friend,
"What have you bought with my money?"
And what does he say?
"I don't have it."
But Brandon did have lots of fancy stuff, a new house in Macomb, a Lamborghini. Remember, this is a guy who posts videos about how successful he is.
That's where, like, feeling hard for him is difficult.
Yeah. It's tough to feel bad for a guy who does
flaunt
that
it like
to himself.
that.
Yeah.
Academy.
Do you think, hold on. Do you think, so the stuff he had written on the paper when we were reading it, that's real shit. Do you think if you actually followed the Heitman Academy program and did the things now he's not doing the stuff in the program. He's just marketing and scamming, allegedly by Fox News 2 from Detroit. But if you actually did the stuff he's saying to do, like real marketing, real closing of sales, you might be able to be a successful contractor if you did. Your chances of achieving the Lamborghini lifestyle are slim, but I'm just saying, like, maybe if you were actually doing it, clearly he wasn't, because he wasn't completing the work.
You could be a good salesperson, just provide a very, very poor product, right?
Yeah.
And that's what will put you out of business. Or you can read as many sales books and regurgitate that, or go to as many sales conferences, or pay as much mentors as you want. And
how much of the shit that these people spew, these gurus on Instagram, do you think is shit that was written by that chat bot thing that we fucked with 1 year? Oh, I'm being serious. Like, because you could just type in, what's it called, Mike?
Chat GPT.
Chat GTP. You could type in whatever it is. So you could type in sell pools.
Yeah.
And then it would produce you like 10,000 words on selling pools. And then you just read it.
You could say all those things, but I think the secret sauce here is the tears, right? Because the AI doesn't cry, but he does.
The AI, this episode should be called "The AI Doesn't Cry." 100 episodes of the Not Our Finest Hour podcast. The AI doesn't cry.
That should have been the quote that you sent to Caleb.
Not my knockoff Paper King quote.
Well, I'm gonna start promoting "The AI Doesn't Cry" as my own quote. That didn't come from Chad. That came from me.
All right, 3 more minutes, guys.
Brandon teaches how to dodge judgments. He is good at that. Attorney Dan judgment against Brandon.
The court is ordering Mr. Heitman and his company to pay the X amount of dollars that was at issue.
And has he paid anything?
No, he has not.
How much did Joe Regaldo get stiffed?
He gave him the full $81,000.
So he gave him $81,000 up front to build the pool?
That's correct.
A similar agreement was made with a guy named Mark Shamaya. Brandon agreed to pay him back $67,000 for a pool that was never even started. Seems like Pool Boy is drowning in debt. His solution? Make more videos.
Oh no, it's like this.
Hey, Brandon here. Let me tell you why you need.
Oh, am I gone?
You're back.
Can you guys hear me?
You're back. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, my computer's struggling through this, so we'll see how this goes.
Invest in your new outdoor living space today.
And it must have worked because just 2 weeks ago, a couple in Grosse Pointe say they gave him $75,000 for a new pool. This is what they have so far. Little did they know Exigent was filing for bankruptcy. It happened just last week, a week after Brandon Heitman was arrested and charged with 2 felonies, taking more than $50,000 under false pretenses and fraudulent use of the builder's contract fund. He bonded out of jail on $30,000 cash. And remember, when he drew up the contracts on all these pools, the millionaire contractor didn't even have a contractor's license. Their permits were all pulled by someone named Henry Bell. What's he got to say about it? I went to his house and left comments. Fox 2, looking for Henry Bell. But Henry's never contacted me back.
That's shocking.
Why does he always have his hand under his shirt?
He's packing a gun because it's Michigan.
But he's touching his nipples.
Who? Oh, you're talking about Brandon Heitman.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about
Heitman.
Oh.
According to their website, this is the headquarters of Exigent Design and Build. But we found out they haven't been here for years. But I did find him at this work yard on 23 Mile in Shelby, pacing around.
Again.
Business on the phone, or maybe he's mentoring a student from the Heitman Academy.
Must be a nervous
Time for me
tick.
to dunk Pool Boy. Can I talk to you? What's that?
Oh, his keys are
No, I
gone
want to
too.
talk to you right now.
Couldn't get in that door. He's got a key problem just like PK.
Brandon, hang on, man. Hey, come on. Here, talk to me. What's going on with your business?
Talk to my attorney. Thank you.
I want to talk to you.
Great offer.
Well, what's going on with your business now? You're a talkative guy. I've seen your videos.
Thank you. Don't run away from pressure.
How's the Heitman Academy going? Why don't you give back the money to the $60,000 to Angela and Joe? Come on, Brandon, talk to me.
He's only driving an Audi. What
Roll
the
your
fuck?
window down.
Audis are the worst driving.
Here, you want to take my
drivers.
business card? You can have your attorney contact you. Who's your attorney?
Thank you. I'll have them call you. Thank you.
Okay. Hey, Brandon, come on in. The water's perfect here in the Hall of Shame. Now, Rebecca and Alex tell me the lawsuit Heitman filed against them has been dropped, but Brandon's legal problems keep building. Besides his company filing for bankruptcy, civil suits, and the 2 felonies he's been charged with, Shelby Township Police say they're investigating more cases.
And that's the end.
Allegedly. Right?
Allegedly.
Because
Oh, people like that always come back.
That'd
You
be
think
tough.
they give up after once? I don't. America's a big place, man. So is Canada. Just move to another state, run the same game. When no one's heard of you, you can probably change your name. I mean, maybe you have a bit more trouble with the Instagram thing, but yeah.
I think that's the big play, though, right? That's the money maker. Selling the lifestyle.
The
do you
academy.
think this guy has a chance in hell of turning this thing around?
No.
Never.
Well, I just because I
People
don't think
make
he's.
mistakes. Do you think it? Is he too far gone?
I don't-
Allegedly.
I wouldn't know where to start, to be honest.
Well, and the secondary problem is, does he actually know how to build anything properly?
Right.
Well, there's courses for that.
You should go to his academy.
There's academies for that.
There is academies. I don't think even if he woke up and was like, I'm going to make this right, I don't think there's no glamour and no glory in going around and making it right. There's no Lamborghinis, there's no Audis, the guy is bankrupt and going to jail, and he's still driving a like completely jacked up Audi.
Yeah.
Like he's bankrupt and going to jail. Like who knows how many times he's missed payroll.
Right.
Like you're just talking about the problems that he's had. How much money does he owe the government?
I wonder how much that Bill guy is in hot water there. The guy that was doing the permits. Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? Like that's a whole different, and like how much does he owe in source deductions and taxes and whatever they call that in the state? Like it's just because all that money was being spent on Lamborghinis and expensive trips and bottles of wine and private jets and
it's all documented.
Yeah, it's all documented.
It's not like you can say that never happened. Oh no, there's plenty of videos in that video that Fox just shared there.
The people who were his like friends from a wedding and gave him the money, I'm like, well, like really? Like I feel bad for them, but wow.
Yeah.
I don't like working for people I know, and I like to think I'm a good contractor, right? Could you imagine being an awful contractor and knowing you're fucking someone out of their money and standing there and smiling
but I think
about
sometimes these people don't realize that they're like they in their brain they really think like that guy who's been fucking that person around on that cement pool for 2 years. In his brain, he probably really believes that he's going to make that right.
The unfortunate thing is the like tens of probably hundreds, thousands of dollars he's put into mentors online. And now if he needs advice, they'll be like, yeah, we can give you advice, just $25,000 more, and we'll hop on a call with you and give you advice on how we can turn this thing around for you.
Yeah.
So is he's not the end user then? Like he's not the mastermind of it all. He's a player.
The 10x thing
it's
is
someone
right?
else's thing, and you blame it all on that. Or does this guy have some personal responsibility of his own?
Oh, definitely, for sure. But then there's people that teach these things and also try to get, because like once you master or get through their course on one business, the next business idea that they give to you is that you should teach this as well, and this should be because being online and creating your own personal brand is the next thing, and that's how all of this kind of snowballs and becomes an academy and a university.
But no one gives a fuck if your personal brand is I'm going to stay home while my family goes to Mexico and work because I need to pay the bills. Like no one gives
You're right.
gives a fuck if that's your personal brand. Or like all day Sunday, I fucked with the tool trailer, getting new tires on it and getting it ready so that it could go out on Monday morning. That's the Paver King brand. Working on Sunday to try and get shit ready for Monday morning. But no one gives a fuck about that or will pay to go to my academy to learn how to work on Sunday and get your shit ready to go out the door Monday. Like, but they will pay to learn how to fly on a fake private jet with a bunch of like prostitutes. I don't know if they're prostitutes. I just added that in for effect. I'm just saying, like, there's no fucking way that people will pay for a course of like what, in my mind, what it takes to be successful. Like, there are some people that would pay for it probably, but they won't like it.
Yep.
Yeah. Personal sacrifice,
hard work,
hardly any Wagyu steak.
Early mornings, late nights.
Early mornings, late nights. Yeah, it's like people want instant hype, hypement success. Like it's very few Lambos. So
still don't have mine.
The low line.
That was Jason Wilson. So thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason. We also enjoyed the Heitman saga. There was 2 Heitman episodes, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, we talked about it, and then we also talked about the gentleman chasing him down, the journalist there.
Very
treasure,
thorough guy.
Well, guys, congrats on another year past, another end of year episode, our first full year of the Not Our Finest Hour podcast. So, cheers to 2024 with you guys.
Bring on 2024.
All right, that's it, guys.
That's the end of the end of the end of the year, end of the end of the end of the year, end summit of the year right now.